Okay, Billy, 4-1 win against Salford City today. When you came off the pitch, what was your initial reaction?
To be fair, Ed, I think we know what we're capable of. I think we're probably the best we've ever been. Certainly in my 3 years at the club. Obviously, the influence of 1 or 2 players coming into the side have made us a lot stronger. Young Tom Goodwin has done absolutely outstanding for us again today, and we said before the game, if we can reduce the chances that they get, he will produce when he needs to, and he's done that. And the performance was built on the back of a real rock solid performance by the back 5.
Well, you mentioned the defence, but we'll just take it forward to, obviously you've scored 4 goals. Where does this performance rank in the list of wins you've had as a Harrogate Railway manager?
I think it's right up there without a doubt. I think the lads got everything they deserved today. They worked hard for it. We knew that the pressure was on Salford. It's a free hit for us today that they're one of the teams that would want to be in and around the sort of top 5 come the end of the season, whether they go up automatically or through the playoffs. So it's a bit of a free hit, so you can come, you can relax, you can enjoy the day. There's no real pressure on us, and that's what we said to the players before the game. And although we lost Rob Ewell to illness earlier on today, I mean, sometimes things happen that, we lost Lammy and Malachi come back in. I think he's got 8 in 9 now. Rob went out and Adam Baker has come in and done exceptional for us, and was a constant threat all game.
I know you've spoken a lot about him this season, but Nathan Cartman, 3 goals today. How good is he?
Well, I think his goals speak for itself. He's one of, if not the best striker in the league by far. I think sometimes people look at him and think, nah, that can't be him, because of his size, but he's got the strength of the Hawks. He's really good at holding the ball up for us, and he gets the goals in and around the penalty box, and he's done that again today. He's a credit to himself. He's great to work with. He's dead easy going, he's family orientated, he doesn't want anything special, and that makes him a pleasure to work with.
You wore the captain's armband as well today with Jason Michael out, and he also gave a captain's performance, didn't he? Oh,
without a doubt. I mean, to be fair, back end of last season, Carts was captain at the side anyway, and we beginning of this season we looked at Jason Michael to lead us from the centre of the midfield, and again Jason, another one who has picked up a bit of chest infection, so sort of made way, and it's really, really rewarding that as Jason comes off, Fatlam goes in and does such a sterling job in there, and as you say, Carts takes over the armband and produces a captain's performance. I think the biggest plus for us today was, and I don't know if people noticed, but at half time we walked off the pitch, all 11 players walked off together. There's an unbelievable camaraderie amongst the team at the moment, and we've talked long and hard about creating right environments for players to just go out and be able to enjoy their moment, and that's what we said to them today. Just go out and enjoy the game, enjoy the day, and hopefully we can take some form of result back to Harrogate with us, and we've done that.
No, definitely. And also, this is your home as well. You had a lot of family here. What did it mean to you personally to get one over on the old family?
Well, I said before the game, it's win-win for me. If we get beat, the family will be over the moon because Salford City have won, and if we win, I'm sure their loyalties would always lie with me, and I'll go back and I'll meet up with 1 or 2 of them. To be fair, my Uncle Dave phones me every Sunday morning and asks me how we've got on, what the league's looking like. They're all Salford born and bred, every single one of them, and to see sort of 20 to 30 of them here today it's great for me.
Obviously the late goal, is there a little bit of disappointment that you haven't left with a clean sheet?
No, not really. I said to the lads it'd have been nice to go away with a clean sheet, but to come to Salford, one of the fancied teams with everything that's going on here, and score 3 in the first half, to be running away with it by half time, we haven't come and scrapped and got out of jail and scored 4 times on the break. We've come, we've played well, we've kept to the game plan, we've got a great game plan. It's very, very basic, the lads understand it, we look very organised at set pieces. Credit to them. I think they deserved everything they got today, and we'll take that back and we'll enjoy the moment.
Why do you think the Railway team were able to shock Salford so much in that first half?
I think we, week in, week out, I think when we play the top teams, they tend to play. And that's where we want to be. We've got some great ball players, we've got some lads who are really comfortable in possession, they're brave in possession, they're always looking for the next flick, the next touch. Cartman and Malachi play around the corner unbelievably to each other, they have an awareness of where they are, and I think when you come and play against the top teams that who like to play a bit and there's a bit of pressure on them, then there's areas that you can expose. I sometimes think it's harder to play the teams around us who like us are scrapping for every single point that they can get hold of, because they work the socks off and they never stop. I think that's been evident in some of our results recently.
I'm sure there'll be a lot of clubs today looking at the results, and there'll be an element of surprise on their face is to see the result. What statement does this result make to the league at this stage in the season?
Well, I think for us, when we came into the club 3 years ago, we said we would make the club, instead of us sort of festering around the bottom of the league season in, season out, what we wanted to do was just make sure that within a 3-year period we could establish the team as a good Evo Stick North side, and I think that's where we are today. If you look at some of the results we've had, I know earlier on in the season it was a little bit more difficult and we had a couple of shock results going the other way, but we've since put them right. Certainly the win against Droylsden was a really big result for us and sort of kick-started us, and then Matt Eve coming in and Luke Dean coming in on loan again. I go back to our relationship with Harrogate Town and Simon, without who that it would be made just a little bit harder. It's great that we're able to bring in the quality of Luke Dean, the quality of Matt Eve, young Gary Coates, 18-year-old, dual registered across the clubs, on a big learning curve for him. Just makes it all worthwhile, I think.
Going forward, where do you think Harrogate Railway can finish this season in the Evo State First Division North?
We're only in the middle of November, but we are round about that 18th, 19th game mark, which I say is when the league really does start to take shape, and certainly in the next sort of 2 or 3 months when pitches get heavier, it gets a little bit darker, it's difficult. You're playing Saturday, you're playing Monday, you're playing Tuesday, whatever the case may be. So I think realistically for us, what we've said since the start of the season is if we can just match or finish above the 13th that we did last year, then we'll take that. But we go back to our point of game. We get a point a game, then we're in the league and we give ourselves a chance.
Obviously, looking at the amount of goals he's scored this season, Nathan Cartman will be attracting interest, and I know you've got him on contract, but what do you say to those clubs that will be watching him and looking at him?
I think Nathan enjoys his football, he enjoys what he's doing, and I go back to what I said before, that Nathan likes the basic things in life. He's got a great family, he's got a phenomenal support mechanism in and around him. He's a pleasure to work with. He deserves his chance, without a doubt. But he's happy where he is. He's been in that period where he's been in the pro game, he's come out of the pro game. You've got to remember that Carts went all the way back to the Northern Counties East First Division with Brighouse, his local club, and started again. And he's now reaping the reward for that. And I would urge any kid who comes out the game, is released by the academies, to use Nathan Cartman as a template rather than trying to get in at the highest level of non-league football, because it just doesn't work. They're not physically ready, and Cart's a great example of that. He's worked hard, he's worked at his game, he's worked on his finishing, and he's reaping the rewards now. Cart's has got, I don't think he's ever scored less than 15 goals in a season, certainly in the last 5 years he's been with me, and the 2 years previous to that when he was with Mark Breyer at Brighouse.